I'm beginning to think that the clouds are programmable life forms that are comprised of smaller individual shapes, kind of geometric like squares, rectangles, circles, that act in unison to complete one great big gigantic life form up there in the sky. I really am starting to believe that these clouds are programmable life form based on their structure. I know I've got this zoomed up some, but I've got this, I want to drag this so you can see. These are actual clouds, and this has literally been slowed down enormously. Look at this, you all. This is not pixelation. I promise you it isn't. This is the real structure of these clouds that were going in front of the moon last night. Look at them rearranging themselves. If I was to slow it down, I'm going to pause it. You can see, like, we got perfect squares. How could clouds have perfect squares? How could clouds have, like, these black notches? Okay, how could it? How could they if they were just normal clouds? They can't. Okay, look at this, you all. Something is going on in the skies above, and I think there's like real life forms back there too. It's like constant changing of the structures. Look at this. You all have seen them. If you've taken any pictures of any clouds, you've seen like little black cubes come out of them, little white cubes come out. You've seen like X's. You've seen all kinds of strange things up there in those clouds, just like I have. And you saw these black dots. I think it's like programmable life forms, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's like massive, gigantic life forms themselves behind these smaller life forms. Look down here, you all. Look at this. Remember when I showed you that sun and it had like that big solar flare and they dismissed it as a particle event? See, look at this stuff right here. Watch this. This dark matter. So look at this. As these dark clouds were going in front of the moon. This is slowed down significantly. I thought, I'm going to get these beings that are up there in the sky. That's what I said. But I'm seeing something totally different. I really thought they were one solid structure. But upon closer observation, I'm seeing that they are comprised of smaller shapes, literally different types of shapes, that form a gigantic shape that moves. Some of these may look like teeny tiny ships too that are moving. Just want to do like this, you all. Look at this. Does that look like normal clouds? Has anyone else thought the clouds were made up of some kind of programmable matter that was like a life form? Because it's sure looking strange. And I really hope we don't live in a matrix. I really hope we don't. But look up here. You can see all these little black, look at all these black things that are up there. They're constantly moving. You know, I'm going to put that picture of the sun that had the solar flare because it had a whole lot of black squares or circles that literally could act in unison or separate from one another. They had the black ones and the white ones that came out of that sun during that particle event. It's this constant rearranging of these shapes. It's different different shapes, the black ones and the white ones, they're literally interchanging. They're literally going in and out, constantly changing the structure of these clouds that are up into the sky. Let's see if I pause this, what happens. You see all these like white stuff, black, down here. Look at this, you all. And you know, you've looked at the clouds yourself and you've saw like black tips on the clouds. I have too. Is this really a life form that is programmable but yet acts in unison like a hive in order to look at this, you all? This is wild. These aren't normal clouds. They're really not. The structure is continually changing. Do they have a consciousness? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? It looks like these little black ships are going in and out. I think they are programmable matter. That's what's coming to my spirit. It's programmable matter, a programmable life form up there in the sky that acts in unison as a collective with the other ones to form a larger structure, a larger body. Just push that button. And some people may not want to see this, but I'm being very, very serious. And I do take my work seriously, if you hadn't noticed. I do, because I'm thinking outside the box. I'm thinking these clouds aren't what they're made out to be. I think they're programmable. Did you see that shift? Look at this. They can be a straight edge if they want. Look over here. You've got the black ones and the white ones. Constantly changing. Looks like it would be a ship. They can change their shape. I don't know about you all, but this is absolutely fascinating to me. And I am taken aback. I really am. I think this is a life form in the sky that, look at that. I'm going to show you this at the normal speed. This is 100%. This is the normal speed right here. This is what it looks like if you zoom up. And you know, when you've zoomed up on cameras with your camera in the sky, I'm sure you've seen this constant moving around like this. Constant moving, and you think that there's something wrong. No, there is literally a constant moving that is taking place. A total constant moving. Look at this. Because it's a life form up there that's programmable, yet has the ability to act as a collective. This normal speed. There's lots of blacks and whites, and I think it really is, no, cancel this. I think it is that life form. That's what I think it is. You can see it. Look at all the movement that is taking place. Let me pause this. Let me do it one more time. Yeah, I am so fascinated by this. I can't help it. I really cannot help it. I can't help my fascination with it. Look at that. Look at all the movement. Slow this down too on your end. These things are joining each other, and there is constant movement that is taking place. Constant movement. I want to slow it down. Just let me slow it down to 2%. I know that's really slow. I want you to cooperate with me. Now look at this, 2%. You're going to see it move, hopefully. Look at that. It's a programmable life form. It's a collective. Who has this type of technology? This is not, certainly humans did not develop this. I really think this is from another species. This is a different life form. I can't help it, you all. I am so fascinated. I am just taken aback sitting here looking at these. And if you're watching this, please, I urge you to keep an open mind. Everything, well, I shouldn't say everything, but a lot of things that we thought were one way are actually something totally what we have never even thought about before. Just gonna play that just a tad bit more so you can see. Look at this movement. This is serious, you all. It's very, very serious. The skies are above, I think, have a programmable life form in them that can act individually and or in this case as a collective is what's happening. And I want you to look at this picture right here of when the sun had a particle event. How there was all these little black square-like things and white ones that were lined up in rows and in unison and stuff. I think it's these. They've gotten into our skies and have taken over the sky, the clouds and stuff, is what I think has happened. Look at that. I would have never believed that. had I not seen that. So there's a reason your clouds, when you take your pictures, while they look the way that they look, it's because it's a programmable life form up there. I'm being very serious, you all. Extremely serious. And if it's programmable, who's controlling it? Who is controlling this life form up here that's acting as a collective? So with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Thank you for joining me. This is very important. It's extremely important. And you may think, well, how does this affect me? How does it affect you? Well, it's raising awareness that our world it's turned upside down, and we've got this programmable, it looked like a programmable life form that can act individually but come together as a collective to form and do certain things in the sky. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you.